Hello everyone and welcome to this second video where we are working with Sass. In this video I think I will show you how to start building your workflow. For that we will create a project folder, a project structure for in order to get all this workflow up and running. So the first thing I'm gonna do is create two folders. One folder for my development environment and another one for my production environment. The idea here is that all my Sass work I will be doing in this development environment. So for that I will create a new folder called Sass. And in here, in this Sass folder, I will create my CSS or my Sass file. In the other folder, in the production, I will create a new folder called style. And this folder will receive my compiled CSS file. And it will be this folder that the one that the browser will gonna read. That's why I call it production. Okay, well now we have this simple structure, and so I have I am positioned to start creating my workflow. Because we are using Node to create our workflow, I need to create a file called package.json. This file package.json is the file that Node.js read when I want to install different packages. You may ask, okay, what the hell is a package? Node has a lot of tools, and these tools are saved or contained in a very small program, and those called a package. They have different I can say they are made to solve different kind of problems, and they are very specific. So we need this package in our project. The only way for Node.js can know, it sounds strange. The only way that Node have to know which packet are they is through this package.json file. And this package.json has some it needs some information from us. So we start with curly braces as any JSON file, and the first information it needs is the name of the application. In our case, I will call it my Sass, just like that. Then I need set the version of the application. This one is the first one, so 100. Then I need some kind of description, and I will say my first Sass project. The name of the author. And here comes the part that say to know which package we need. the dependencies part of this package JSON tells Node that the package that are inside this part of curly braces are the package we need. Now, dependencies means that these packages are absolutely necessary during the development, but not when we launch the application online. And one of the packages we need, it's called Gulp, because our workflow will be built on Gulp. And we need the version of the Gulp package. In my case, it's 391. The way you have to know which package or which version do you need is going to the npm.gs.com page, which is the repository for the npm, which is the Node package manager. And in this search box here, you can search for the package. For instance, I can search for the Gulp package, and it will show me the Gulp package that I need. There are a lot different. For instance, this Gulp Uglify, it will compress the code of JavaScript or for the CSS in just one row. Gulp rename for change the name of files. There is a lot of different packages. We need the Gulp package, and you can see here the number of the version, which is the same I have over here, 391. This command over here is used if you want to install Gulp manually. I mean, directly from the command line or the terminal in Mac. Because we are using this Node package JSON file, Node will check hand over the getting the package and install it in our project automatically. That's why we don't need this run this command on the command line. If you don't know which kind of package you need, you can just Google for the package. And I'm gonna make a test. npm reload browser, and normally the first hit is the one it will work for you. So here we found a package called reload, and here is the command to install it manually. Here is the version number. Here is the description and how you can use it. Before you install a package, read these instructions. They are useful, and you will learn a lot by reading this instruction. Okay, back to the workflow we are building. The other package we need is the Gulp Connect, which is the server. And the version of this Gulp Connect is the 20206. The other one is the Gulp Ruby Sass, which is the compiler. The version is 211. And that's it. That is all we need to create our package JSON. I hope there is no typo here. And once we have the package JSON in our computer, we can run a command from the terminal or from the command line, instructing to Node to go to the internet, fetch these packages and put it in our project. If you see here, this is the root folder. We have a dev folder and a prod folder. Once Node download and install our packages, I will get a new folder here. So we jump into the terminal or console and be sure that you are in the project folder. Just in case, I will paste that I am in the correct folder. So I will run the cd command and jump to the right folder. And in Windows you can do it by writing the path to the folder. In Mac you can just drop on pick and drop the folder into the terminal window. The command you need to install the packages is npm install. And this should be necessary in Windows environment, but in Mac environment you maybe need to use sudo command. That will instruct to the terminal that the one who is running the command is administrator, and you will need to insert your password. If everything is right, Node start to fetching the packages. This one, and I don't know if you noticed, but now I have this Node modules folder. This name in yellow are the packages that Node downloaded for me, and I can find those packages inside this Node modules folder. There are a lot of packages, and normally you will not touch these packages. You don't need it. Okay, we have our package JSON working. We have all our packages in the Node modules. Now it's time to start writing the workflow. To do that, I need to create another file called Gulp file.js. This is a JavaScript file which will be running all our tasks. Gulp is built with task. Every task has a specific function, and this group of tasks is what we call a workflow. But before we can create our tasks, we need to require our packages, and we can do that by creating a variable name. We use Gulp, and requiring the Gulp package. This Gulp name is the same name as you have here. For instance, another one I need is Gulp Ruby Sass. I can just copy this name, and I will call it the variable name as Sass, and paste the name of the package. So now we have both Gulp and Gulp Ruby Sass, and it's time to create our first task. You do that by writing Gulp and then task. Task. And in between parentheses, set the name of the task. I choose Sass, and also it's this take a function, and in this function I will tell to Sass where are my Sass file, and as I say at the beginning, we will create all our Sass file inside this Sass folder. So the location will be development or dev Sass, and I will call my Sass file like style.scss. CSS is the format of the Sass file. There is another one which is Sass, but the most common is SCSS. So keep it. Stay using this one. SCSS is more popular and is easier to work with. Then I have to tell Sass, as I can't tell Sass how will be which format the compiled CSS file will get. I will start with the expanded format. There is another one called compressed, which take our CSS file and put everything in just one line without spaces, without anything. And that format is quite difficult to work with during the development phase of your application. So stay with expanded until you launch the application. The last one you compile your Sass file, change it to compressed, and then launch the application online. Before that, keep using expanded is easier. And then I would say that if there is an error, because error can happen, I would tell Sass that, or I would tell to Gulp that I want to get this error message to see what is happening, and I will show the error message in the console. I will put a message to identify what is this strange text I will get if I have an error, and I will show the error itself. The next we need is tell it to this task where to put the compiled file, or the result of the compilation. And because we have two environments, we have a production and a development environment. Here, I will put the the production environment, which is prod slash style. Prod dash style. And this one is Gulp. With that in place, we can say that our Gulp compilation task is done. It should be working right now. There is one last thing we need, or maybe two. We need first to put an Sass file here. I will call it style SCSS because here I choose style SCSS. If I don't have this file here in start the workflow, I will get an error because the workflow will try to find this file, and if it's not there, it will be an error. So this is our style SCSS file. Here, product style, and here the destination. I didn't say how the CSS file will call it. I mean, which name of the file? The name of the file. I didn't put the name of the file. That's it because Gulp will take this name style and will save it in my style folder like as a style.css. As I say, now our task is ready. We can test it. I want to clean this. We can test it, but I don't know. I will make some simple variable. Well, color. This is Sass. I will use blue, and then I will say that the body will get a background. The background which is in this variable. Okay. The idea here is that when I run the gulp command, gulp will compile this and will create a new style.css here to run the task. We need to say in the terminal to gulp that we want to run this task, the Sass task. If we prove it, I hope it's working. Yes, it's working. Now you see that I got this style CSS. It is a new file. I haven't before. And if I take a look to this, I have the body background blue. Now, if I change the color, what do you think gonna happen? Let's say I say red. Should this be should this be red? If I save it, let's see. I save it. I take a look. It's still blue. That means that the task, the Sass task, it didn't work. It did nothing. It does it because I didn't run it here by hand like that. If I run it and then I go back to the style CSS, I will see that it's red, just like in the SCSS file. So that means the compilation is working, but it's annoying to coming back to the terminal every time I make a change. As a front-end developer, you know that you make a lot of changes in the CSS. It will be almost the same amount of changes in the Sass file. And going back and forth to the terminal is not good at all. So what we need is something that can watch the changes of our task. And Gulp has a task that can watch our changes, and it is normally called watch. And the format of this task is almost the same as the Sass task. Almost all tasks in Gulp seems are almost identical. You have a name, the name of the task, a function in your parameters, and you are calling this method. This method which lives in the Gulp, in the Gulp object. Now in this task watch, what we want to do is watch changes made in the Sass file. So I need to tell it that our Sass file are here in this path. there. They are in this path. And if some change happens, I want to run the Sass task. So if I made some change in the style CSS, I want to run this task, which will compile the file. Let's give it a try. I'm going to clean this, and I'm going to say Gulp watch. Now Gulp is watching, and it's waiting. It's doing nothing but waiting. I'm going to try to make it work. I change the color again to blue. I save it. And what? I mean, Gulp. It saw the change in my Sass file and started the Sass task. Then it wrote the style CSS again and finished the task, the Sass task, because no more changes are founded. But if you see, the watch tag is still waiting for more changes. That means I don't need to run again Gulp watch. I can just change this to yellow, for instance, save it, and if I came to the style CSS, I will see this is yellow, and the watch tag is still waiting for more changes. That's good. But there is one thing I don't like in this solution. I will stop the watch task by hit Control C. What I don't like is I had to write Gulp watch. I just want to write Gulp. I don't want to specify which task I want to run, because I can have a lot of tasks. And if I say if I have another task which compile JavaScript file, I would need to write Gulp Gulp watch. We'll take a look to the we're watching the style CSS file, and Gulp JavaScript to take a look to the I don't know, JavaScript file. So I just wanna write Gulp, nothing more. That's it. So Gulp came with a default task, and this default task calls default. And this task will check an array of tasks. I wanna add the watch task here. Telling default, I'm telling to Gulp that run everything which is in this array. And I don't need to write nothing as some task name. So now I can do this, Gulp, enter, and you see that it's start watching. And if I change the brown, and save it, it changed to brown. And the console tell me that one task in the styles file was found, it was compiled, and still waiting for watching. Still watching and waiting. So that is perfect. That's what I want. Just write Gulp. Now I will go a little further. Now I'm gonna stop here, because the other part I want to show you is the HTML task. But I will stop here, and so you have a little time to play with this task, Gulp task, and make changes if you want. Try to see what happens if you delete this one, or if you, I don't know, make a typo somewhere here, or somewhere here in your Sass file. For instance, what happens if I write this instead? You see, Gulp. I make this typo. I save it. And the console tells me that it is an invalid CSS after background color brown. That means that this one is wrong. It should be like that. And now I can compile. So try, test, play. Make mistake. Mistake teach you a lot. So I will stop now here, and in the next time we will see the HTML task that will refresh our browser automatically. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.